Good afternoon. I've been eyeing Blueprints since I saw people playing it at one of the Next Fests. I watched perhaps too much of it at that point, so I know a few things, but from what I've heard, there's still quite a bit more. The headphones have been a little bit uncomfortable at times, even with the new pads, so I'm gonna try. I don't think audio is a big component of this one. I'm gonna try running on speakers, and I guess people can tell me if that's a problem. I used to run without headphones, and I could never notice anything particularly wrong in the videos. I'm keeping the volume down a little bit. But, things have changed since the demo, and I think there's a lot of new stuff to discover. I did check capture earlier. I did a quick setting review, and I did a quick scan of the Twitch, stream snapshots. So I think this position will be okay. Here's what's on the title screen. Oh, we blocked the loading screen a little bit. But yeah, it kind of uses a lot of the edges and corners, so like the entire left side of the screen is the blueprint diagram, so not the entire left, but like the left third. Tonda Ross. I know I'd seen that name, but might be good to know that for any discussion to come up.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament. Wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. And bequest
This is not
contingent on my aforementioned
promising.
grandnephew discovering the location of my 45-room estate.
Hopefully, it's just cutscenes.
Has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
I swear in the demo there was like a 40-day limit too. Maybe that was a demo thing. No, the demo had like a 3-day limit. Alright, so what we know, or what I know, is that part of it is a little board gamey. We have these steps in the upper left, and it costs you 1 step to move between rooms. So that is kind of your timer for each day. Ooh, there's a thing. Tested, it'll be included in a forthcoming update. Okay. Maybe I didn't see this on the other... the other menu. Maybe I just didn't look at controls. So I have this weird thing, probably just adapted from whatever games I was playing, in that I like I'm used to invert Y, but not invert X. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of our many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it's very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and I am certain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay, so that reopens. So I guess we have the thing we learned from... I don't know if there's a prompt for that. From the menus. Oh, we actually have to pick up the item, okay. Or it's just the... Well, no, you actually have to blueprint to access it, right? Yeah, so this is the thing where the left side of the screen is entirely taken up. And this camera will hopefully not be in the way. Oh! Okay. Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly is granted by way of a dark and garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. From here, each guest's adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed on do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms. Permanent blueprint. Rarity not applicable. Oh my. The antechamber and room 46. Meaning the room before, all signs and paths point toward the antechamber. The mysterious sealed room, resting on the 9th rank, may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to reach, let alone enter. So you can't help but draw a connection between the chamber and room 46. A mysterious room mentioned in H.S. Sinclair's will, named only by a number. Despite the house's official blueprint only showing a total of 45 rooms, the words of the legal document make it apparent that a 46th room of the house in fact exists. Finding this room is your primary objective while on the estate. It is, after all, your bequest. Rarity rumored. Interesting. I wonder why... Because I feel like these are like almost like 2 different categorizations. So I wonder if these are different. Maybe this has something to do with, you know, the ranks they can appear in or something. Okay, because this one is actually on the map. Okay. And the other one is your objective. Alright. I guess they're not technically our faces yet. It won't be okay to just knock them over. Oh, here we go. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 foot. You no longer have, or feet, I don't know. No longer have any feet left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay, that is advancing on itself. And it might be interesting to see if that goes with feet or anything. There are 2 people here. This is younger and older Herbert. Alright, so I feel like the typical thing to do is go straight forward. And like, since I have watched a little bit of the game, here's the thing that maybe you didn't see in the loading screen. It's this, I guess this is like the Mount Holly emblem or hereditary. I can't think of the right word. Hereditary sigil or whatever. One of the things that is actually going to be like a good strategy is to purposefully draw the dead end rooms sometimes, so that you have better selection later on. And like that's just one of the things that you get for watching the game beforehand is you kind of absorb. I don't even know if I've seen anybody else calling that out, but I haven't watched a lot of people who are like late into the game a lot. So I might actually want to start to the sides, and then if we, get a dead end right away, then we'll just have that out of the pool. Okay, the closet is a dead end. I would kind of like to take a little bit of a step forward. If anything, I'd like to take 2 steps forward and get over all the way over to the wall. And both of these would turn. Now, hallway is a thing that can also take us forward later. I don't know if if it's good to draw out rooms early or try to like maintain your pool of like hallways and stuff. Yeah, so ideally we take the hallway forward and then do a closet or something. Interesting. All right. So I happen to know something about this, but I kind of want to see if and when the game reveals it to me. And then also to eventually check this against reality and see how that plays out. Okay, so that has a note, and I don't see any other items. Alright, so what I'm most interested in doing is trying to get rid of a dead end here. Storeroom. Guest bedroom. I mean, some early resources could be good. This is also a turn. I guess the dead ends are the real problems. Ah, okay, so we have an invisible cursor. That would be under accessibility. Okay, maybe that's a feedback thing. Yeah, so most of the rooms are kind of minimally interactive from what I've seen. You know, you find a couple items, some have special features. Ooh, I wonder if this is a model of something we'll run into later. That looks a little bit special. The doorways are a little offset though, so I'm not sure. Okay, maybe we should actually go the other, well, so the thing about going the other way is it uses up steps. But I almost want to go the other way and burn out another dead end. But I think that might kind of be why the step mechanic exists, to kind of reduce the degree you can do some of that. Okay, so right away we have nothing that goes straight. So we could either burn a dead end, or take, you know, a sort of minimally advancing turn. I mean, sure, let's burn a dead end. Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. A thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson. His peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. Been ages since I've seen the billiard room in this house. It was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. This is another thing I kind of know, but it's nice to see that there is a hint here. Oh, 2 keys. Nice. I guess they have to account for any room having windows, huh? Basketball? I think I can do this while placing too. Yeah, so we didn't get anything in this space. Maybe there's some achievement or something for filling out the whole thing, but... Okay, so we've got 2 ways forward. I guess we might as well... They're going to be pretty equivalent at this point. Bedroom, okay, we don't really want the bedroom. We don't... Yeah, the lavatory is one you want to get rid of. This leads us back towards our other door, so I guess we want to take the corridor. We kind of want to get some branching open up so we have the ability to burn more dead ends. Actually, always left unlocked will probably be a better thing for later on, but that was kind of the breaks. Yeah, another dead end. Okay, so den opens up a little bit. Nook turns towards an open direction. And maybe it would be better to get rid of a... a limited room that's showing up a lot. Also, where are these showing up? Okay, so that's... Oh, we have not... Interesting. So Nook is counted in these. So these are things that are not bedrooms, hallways, green rooms, shops, or red rooms. Okay. So these are different things. They're just a lot of blue rooms, and there's so many that they're just numbered. Continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps, most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. That... I don't know what that is. But ain't it curious? Oh, there is a small cursor there. It's just really hard to see. That's the second chess piece we've seen. Okay, I guess this is where we kind of have to start recording things. So it was... Is that going to vary by... room, by location? I probably missed some. Okay, so storeroom. Oh man, we need... So there's sort of a grid unit here, but it doesn't really match up with this. And there was no suggestion of this. We know there's rank. So I guess that would suggest doing like an A, B, C, D, E type of thing with the sides. So a storeroom in 1E was a pawn. And a nook in 3C was a rook. Alright, we have, however, turned. We still have this thing open on the other side. Okay, so that turns back. This turns left. Oh. This would actually be a good one early, but it's a dead end. So I'm not even doing enough to get rid of dead ends. I just don't have since I tried to get rid of them early, I don't have a lot of open places right now. So even though I do have one place to fall back to, I don't want to burn an open thing yet. I really want to get another branch open before we start trying to pull these out. We do have a gem. Food will give us more steps to do that, and this turns us around. Also, the food for sale actually is not going to be a big thing because it's for sale and we don't have much money yet. Yeah. There's apparently some pet in here. Tea. I don't like we have this long snaking thing. Okay, spare room is straightforward. I really do want to open things up so we can start getting rid of the dead ends. Okay, so that does cut off our direct forward progress. I think the time is probably consistent. Okay, oh shoot, I was, you have to step to walk back. Okay, so we have a pawn in the den at 4B. Yeah, I guess that kind of matches up with one hand of... Oh no, those are the two hands. And we're not seeing much in the way of random items. Maybe I don't know where to look for them yet. Oh, there we go, there's a gem. It may also be true that I don't know where to look for them yet. Oh, the candlestick. Okay, so if anything, we want to try and fish out a dead end over here. Okay, breaker box. Pantry does have a turn. Okay, okay, so this actually seems like a pretty good early meta thing. And it counts for itself. So it is just 5, even if you only draw that. There's like a sound here. Oh. No, I guess they're both sort of equally furnished. Oh. The Red Prince. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. Oh, did I press the wrong button? Ah, okay. Oh, I clicked outside, I bet. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down, if ever he was outside when the clouds weren't around. The clouds are white, though. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? The story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues we have said. It's the story of a boy who also wore red, and looked like our prince from his toes to his head. As you, my reader, may also assume, the book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Okay, I guess that was it. So is there a red prince, or is this just a wordplay on blueprints? It does say it is you. And there are 2 beds. This one has a red seahorse. That one has a blue cloud. Oh, although this depends on perspective. Okay, so this also has blue clouds. Okay, another chess piece. So this is the nursery. So it's rank 4. I think we're an A. Yeah. Okay, so we burned one of our openings to get rid of that dead end. It's like even sort of being conscious of that, we're having kind of a hard time maintaining openings. But, I mean, we're not filling our pool with dead ends either, so hopefully there won't be too many when we need them. Or don't need them. Oh, the parlor always turns you back, does it? Okay, this is a lot of... We're now out of gems. This is a lot of steps, and it turns us forward. And this would actually just be a straight up dead end, so... Nursery bonus, bedroom. Another hat. Makes me wonder if hats are going to be a thing. Alright, so a bedroom on 4B is a pawn. Would you like a hand? Reddington? Is that where the Red Prince is? Oh, we have a person. I feel like there's no item here. Okay, this is forward. Okay, so the parlor is only a turn this time. And it does have stuff in it. Though it could potentially cut off exploration from this hallway. I'm pretty good on steps. That would still be a lot of walking at this point. To try and move that forward. We are starting to see the parlor a lot, though. Of course, this is not the first time we've seen spare room either. I almost want to go back to here and burn another dead end, but... Alright, so resourcing is probably good before we, like, run up against gems and keys and costs and things. What we really need is branches, though, so we can kill off the dead ends. And this always seems to be turning backwards when we do get it. Yeah, okay. So this I've seen a bunch. I kind of know the gimmick. That's a fun little thing. Is there anything else in here? I mean, I guess the resources are the game, so maybe not. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor to receive the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. Being frank, I had quite a while since had been seen in decent society, and were beginning to worry my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusion that my company is to have hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of the evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles. I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. It would press me to write to you with the particulars of this game when I found the time. I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests. You should be inclined to play this confounding game. M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are empty. The gems are on the desk. Okay, so that is definitely false, but it only says that there has to be 1 false. There could be 2 false. The gems are in this box, potentially both true and false. The gems are on the floor, also provably false. Now we only have 1 key, so we only get to open 1 box. Yes, Herbert again. And now we think we have 3 keys, so we're starting to get locked doors. Okay, so our first locked door was in rank 5. Rank 5. Oh, we have been exploring. Actually, we'll just say 5D. That covers both dimensions. So the pantry goes the wrong way. We have not opened something up yet, and we just got gems. And this is also a nice thing to be getting every run, because it seems to have some sort of cumulative effect. Was that an interaction? Curious. You can't interact with many things in this game. So this makes me wonder what this is for. There is sort of a path on there. Maybe it's just like shipping routes. Okay, we can turn that. The fixed stars. The book contains a complete star-based list of constellations and observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible. Sometimes more than one in a single day. That is very peculiar. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify those constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joys of stargazing. Okay, so +1 gold is presumably what we get today. And then, okay, so yeah, really high level play probably revolves around like purposefully drafting the observatory to get the certain effect when you want to do a certain thing, but we're probably gonna roll with it. This one, gem. Rooms with 4 doors are more common. Apples are extra delicious. +1 key, +5 gems. Dead. Oh. Okay, so there's the page numbers. Oh no, 11, 8. Oh, okay, so there's actually nothing on 9. Everything is 50% off. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers. Ooh, what is special flowers? Well, these are the only ones, and once you go through these, then... Okay. Alright, so what does this move? This moves it that way. That bumps into something, doesn't it? Alright, that seems fine. Ah, now we have to turn. Now we can move it over. Okay, so maybe we can choose. Well, but drafting it takes +1. So maybe I want to keep track of my star count and not observe on the Dead Ends Day. Oh, okay, here's another locked door. Ooh. Oh, we're down to 1 gem. This is what we need to be able to kill off a bunch of other dead ends. And this lavatory is haunting us. This is all... Oh, this is like our only option. Unless they want to do the dead end here and then go back this way. Ooh. Have to be able to get a turn from there. We do have a lot of steps. We could kind of cut off. Yeah, that's turning to the right again. So it's good to know this is out there. Once you have drawn floor plans, you must select. Okay. I wouldn't expect the choices to change, but it would be nice if we could back out and look at stuff. I guess you'd be locked into the door, essentially. The money would allow us to buy food as we went back through the kitchen. We really are looking at getting cut off very soon here. Maybe I should have explored the side first, and then kind of let that dead end out. So there's another lesson. Now, I could draft this and then go back here. But at that point, should we just drop the laboratory and get a pool? Because, like, we kind of need a very perfect setup here. to move forward. Of course, this is going to be down to getting the correct kind of turn, too. Because this is going to need straights a couple times in a row if we have that blocked off. And I guess this is likely to turn into an even longer challenge. But I guess we could just treat this as discovery. You know, with whatever we get down here. Really want to like search for, I guess the existence of the passageway is like keep your gems. Please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Goes much to cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. And something I've been forgetting to do. Well-stocked pantry is always the true test of a large estate. Keeping Mount Holly's wide gamut of ingredients and supplies stocked is always one of the primary priorities of the house staff. Drafted at one time, commonplace. Entrance hall parlor. Should be doing this as we do each room. A cozy lounge furnished with couches and armchairs is the perfect social setting for receptions and after parties. Consequently, this is the most popular rooms for entertaining. The late H.S. Sinclair was known to display a myriad of parlor games to encourage his guests to think and conservate. Chairs, painting, a handful of other things that had at one time been in vogue and displayed elsewhere in the house. Oh, blueprint dead end. Puzzle blueprint. Permanent blueprint. I guess blueprint means it's in the pool. Quiet, private place for guests to spend a few hours of the afternoon away from the hustle and bustle of the staff. More traditional family room, warm and inviting. So comfortable one might assume that the countless clocks surrounding the sofas are placed in a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. Our stocked pantry is always a true test of a large estate, and keeping Mount Holly's wide gamut of ingredients and supplies stocked has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. Oop, wrong click. Housing an impressively large telescope, Mount Holly's observatory is a window to the world above and beyond the clouds and sky. Through its mirrored lens, even a novice stargazer will be able to distinctly appreciate the wonder, signs, and constellations that punctuate the tapestry at night. Standard. A family room that you may have slept in at some point prior to the last visit. Like most bedrooms of the estate, these quarters offer you little rest and recuperation during your long days exploring the surrounding rooms. A small bedroom maintained and kept available for a combination of weekend guests and impromptu visitors who find themselves compelled to stay the night. Alright, because dead end is important because sometimes that's a trait. Oh, drafting, because it affects other things. Interesting. One of the few rooms you vividly remember from your visits here in your youth. Even at that time, you remember feeling a little old for the activities provided here. The twin cribs found in the room might suggest that at one point in time there had been some hopeful expectations of a sudden growth in the family tree. Oh, so these were both unused. Oh, right, because he's bequeathing his estate because he didn't have an heir. One of the many nondescript hallways snaking through the estate, providing elegant causeways between the noteworthy destinations the house has to offer. A long hall with 2 doors on either end had been one of your uncle's most frequently traveled rooms. Consequently, he has left strict instructions with the household staff that doors of this corridor should be under no circumstances ever be locked. The standard kitchenette... Wait, you're not blueprint. Oh, the blue rooms are blueprint. Okay. A standard kitchenette with all the typical amenities. A stove, refrigerator, oven, and sink. The gallery is where the cooking staff for the daily cuisine that will be later served in the dining room. You've so far managed to avoid red rooms, but that's slowly gonna bite us here. As that lavatory will just not go away, and we've never find it when we've got you know, a nice number of open options. Ah, we don't have other green rooms. So there's a red room. This gives us options to kill other dead ends, though. It would only connect back here. That would kind of give us another way to approach this. I presume that this is only in currently placed green rooms. So I think we just have to deal with the money problem here. In fact, I might actually want to start going right and see if we can, like, kill the lavatory or something. Yoink. Oh, and it's all locked? Okay, I missed a locked door. This is 6E. Oh yeah, let's just... Ooh. It's a gem requirement. We have no more keys. Ooh. Well, dead end is a dead end, I guess. Ah. Okay, we know what keys do. I've seen a little bit about special keys, kind of maybe tended too early for that. What does a lockpick kit do, though? I don't know anything about this. Will occasionally be able to open some locked doors. Okay, you bought this is not like a confirm screen. But it nicely means that we don't have to worry about the chapel taking any more money. We also means we don't have any more money. Alright, so these things are very suspicious. Ooh, would you look at that? One of them is completely hidden. I wonder if we have to get to it from outside somehow. I guess it's sort of a backdrop for the sun. There was the Mount Holly. Okay, so there's one. And this is where we start doing screenshots. I mean, there's probably other things we should be looking at too, but... So that is a 7. Hopefully the position of these doesn't matter. But we only need one visit to the chapel to figure that out. Hopefully these guys don't matter. Oh, there's a bishop here. Which is strangely fitting, so maybe it means it's attached to the room. And I'm not sure I got one. Alright, now we'll look at that. Yeah, that is definitely not in a useful order. So I think I should rename these, not with Roman numerals. Or I guess with regular numerals first, maybe? Oh, and, you know, it would help if I typed things right. So that actually... No, actually that is sorting correctly. Oh, and... So, chapel, 6... This is on the side. So it's an E... Okay, we just burned that off, which means this is dead, but we can come back here to explore some rooms. And we have one less dead-end room, although I think maybe by getting to a certain point, we also enabled that room to spawn, which added it to the pool. 4 items, but that's a dead. Yeah, the closet's haunting us too. We're out of gems. Yeah, they were painting it blue. Alright, so nothing in here. It's not that we can see. Okay, I guess it worked. Maybe it appears only when it can work. Okay, gem requirement. That would be a dead end, so I guess we have to take boudoir, because we're kind of out of things. We burn through our keys fast. I think this is just a clue that the safe is here. Maybe the spread resources around things are kind of needed to actually get stuff in rooms. Yeah, we did find some fruit. I don't know if that's tied to the kitchen. Okay. We have no information about that yet. Yeah, and we are, even with me being conscious of it, we're really being haunted by the dead ends. Oh, do I only get to... Okay, it says it sometimes. Now, it's not showing it here, so I guess that means it doesn't work. Okay, maybe it's up to a certain rank. Okay, so it worked on... Had to be from the chapel... On our boudoir. Boudoir. If it was the storeroom... Or the chapel. Okay, so now we just burn a bunch of steps. We can't buy more food. We come back here, explore some more, and that's it for the day. Well, okay, so I also know it's possible to go outside, and if we've got enough steps, I guess we could do that instead of waiting until tomorrow. Can I actually walk in here? No. Oh, these are every time. Okay, that's nice. Hey, Pineco. We spent all our money. Technically, dead ends didn't get us, but had to avoid a lot of dead ends. I don't know if it had anything to do with things being locked. May draw new floor pans while drafting in this room. Ooh, it's a dead end, and you're more likely to draw red rooms. So you could actually use that if you had a lot of openings. You could try to flush out the red rooms before advancing. But technically, the closet might have a key that would allow us to advance the main route. And I'd like to... this is also... Oh, gem requirement, never mind. Yeah, so we can only take... Well, we could take this. This would end our day, but this gives us a chance to walk back and advance the main route. Into a room with many doors. Oh, that's a silver key. It's a special key. May use... Okay, it's probably a one-time use. Okay, we gotta walk back. We found a lot of steps during the day. And I guess maybe I should have done this early on. If I'd known... Well, it wouldn't be that room then, but... Okay, there is a run. Is it a toggle? Is that an option? Stroll. Soft toggle or hold. Okay. It just does both. It lets me retry the lockpick kit every time? Huh. Why don't these have a tag? Okay, well, we could sort of afford... We're in rank 8, so this is a bunch more steps. We don't have anywhere else in the house to go, so we don't need to go through the gymnasium very often. But this one is winding down anyway. So that the gymnasium wouldn't hurt. The dining room could just give us a lot of feet to go explore outside. Which is kind of what we're looking at this point. Now, if I recall... We can't... Well, but we have to walk back. So there's the chance we get the plus 10 by drafting the aquarium. Well, so... we're only going to need those steps if we have to back up. Now, these are almost certainly going to be locked doors, aren't they? Oop, I've been forgetting to watch for pieces. Okay, so 8D... There's a pawn. And we actually have some room to spread out here, but... Wish you could see if a door is locked beforehand. Probably we can't. Yep. Okay, so... That happened twice. That happened once. Oops. I guess I need a different character. So it might be that all the doors here are locked. Oh, okay. Or maybe it's only advancing. Okay, still no... Oh, yep. We have no... Well, it's that or just be done, so... And we'll have to wait till next time. Items for sale. We have no money, we have no gem. A package. The day after. Which means we have to draw it again. It does set us up for something, though. Where does... That does connect. I think there's actually a thing where you have to open this door. But maybe there's an achievement for, like, reaching rank 9 or something, so... And we still have dinner. This is rank 9, so it's probably locked. Yep. So, rank 9. I guess I said that, okay, that wasn't Boudoir. That was something else. Dining room. Okay, so we are officially... I probably haven't tried down on the dining room yet. I guess at this point we're probably not going to devote... I'm probably going to have to backtrack through here. If it's even open. Yep, okay. So maybe this is what I was thinking of. Dining room failed. It might be nice if you could, like, fast travel and just have the short path steps deducted. Or, I mean, the bedrooms and whatnot. Oh! Missed a night in the observatory. Observatory 5... What is this? C? D? And I've not really been paying attention for those. I don't know if the rooms that don't have them are going to be important. I do 4B. Yes, we have that. Okay, so walking outside costs a step. Oh, okay, that's the mountains, actually. I presume that this doesn't actually change based on what we draft. I mean, considering that we haven't drafted that room and there's something there, I guess not. Okay, so we've got... Ooh, this could be locked. Okay. Ooh. We got, quite the cliff here. Oh my gosh, there's a thing down there. I mean, I must be a little bit worried building this close to a cliff, but yeah, surely there were engineers involved that said it was safe. Okay, so there's a path that way. I guess this is where we came in. And we use another step somewhere. We can start to see the side profile of the house. So I guess that there is, like... I wonder if you could look at these outside rooms and, like... if there's, like, a perfect canonical house. But that would be so RNG heavy. We have been locked in? More bird bass. Oh, private drive, the ground. I guess I could watch that for when, I think this is where we're living. Due to the rules set forth in the Great Uncle's Will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Your scouting skills have been put to use to fabricate a very respectable offsite. Gripping quarters. Okay, now what I've been forgetting to do is look at these. A half-court intended for basketball and racquetball, which is seldom used by anyone apart from the junior staff during lunch hour. At least they did before Mrs. Babbage disallowed the practice after noticing how worn out staff members were getting entry. Have a different looking sky. Nice. I guess entry is what the silver key draws. Large dining table boasting a serving tray with a silver dome cover. Dinner is served here each evening. Of fainting couches and chaise lounges. There's both the dressing room for her ladyship in the mornings and a cozy sitting room for her evenings. Unfurnished, unfinished, otherwise unremarkable empty room. If there had been some points and plans for this spell room, it would seem those designs are now long forgotten. Private scarcity, as ornate as the most lavish rooms of the estate, is watched over by 8 Azuran angels depicted in stained glass. It was more a tribute to your uncle's vanity than it was to his faith. Yeah, I didn't really look at those pictures. So we've got like one with a sunny halo holding a hoe. We've got one like an oar or a cooking. Yeah, that might be a chef. A farmer. A duster. Is this like a tribute to the staff? A mop, maybe? Mop or broom? Is that like a riding whip or something? And then 7 is like a warrior with the crown and a staff. It said 8. I need to go back and look for the other one. Well-stocked pantries are a true test of a large estate. Ingredient supplies here has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. This is getting back to where I think we were looking before. Considering the amount of floor plans and different doors that could appear in a given day, it was only a matter of time before a full-time locksmith service became an essential requisite on the estate. And I think we saw this before. We didn't see closet. Very modest recessed space used for storage. This particular closet is favored by the junior members of the staff who usually like to stash away sort of articles and knickknacks. The proper place in the estate is yet unknown to them. Okay, alright, I think there are 2... Oh man, this is getting complicated. Oh, this is getting so complicated. I mean, I guess we are kind of supposed to be out in the wilderness, but... Oh, broken down area. Cannot jump off cliffs. A white stone and a dark stone. Lost another step somewhere. I guess going into campsite. I wonder if I can get like a pickaxe or something? Oh, we need a code. Never mind the fact that we could just jump this fence. It's a pretty low fence. There is no jump button. Some sort of shed out here. Oh, This is also going to be a locked door. Yeah, or open from the inside or something. Okay, we have gone to the private drives. That's a step. And to the ground. That's another step. It's still part of the grounds. Oh, actual birds. That is a deep valley. Yeah, we can see the little nooks over there better. Oh, that is quite a mountain, huh? I guess that's Mount Holly. Oh man. How do I change the brightness on this thing again? It is daytime, so I don't need to do this too often. When you get like night or space scenes, it can be a little bit rough. And maybe there's like a flashlight or lantern that would make exploring this a little bit more productive. Oh, we seem to be blocked in by boxes. And maybe you could see something if you had a light. Maybe we find a forklift. This is still the grounds. Oh. Okay, so there's a... Maybe it's a torch so we can start lighting things up. Alright, we got one more passage we can look at. And then we're kind of done. Oh? I mean, this is going to require an axe or something, or... Lots of little doors. Alright, so... So we have a rock pile. We have a fence with a combo lock. And hello, Zeddy. We have probably the main exit. We have some sort of mine door open from inside. We have a dark tunnel with boxes. I've just started. I watched maybe a little too much of people playing the demo. So I have some ideas of what's going on, but yeah, it's been a while, and I'm hearing there's a lot to the game. We have a boarded up door and hill. Yeah. I think those are all the dead ends we found. Probably gonna have to come back and review sometime. And then there's this gate, which I guess I don't know if it actually opens. Oh, this must be open from the other side. Okay. Yeah, I know. I like discovering things. I was almost gonna wait to turn around till the second day, but you know, we got a lot of steps and then we finally ran out. You know, even thinking I should draft dead ends to get rid of them, I just didn't have enough branches that I could support actually drafting dead ends. Mm-hmm. Huh. It's almost like there's plaques or something missing from around the fountain. That's maybe missing stone too. I was wondering, I wonder if that's the same as these stones, but eh. Or maybe that's just a one more. Ew. Plus 18 days from my... Oh, so you did one run, you started a second one? Okay. Yeah, in the demo I thought there was a day limit, but maybe there isn't anymore. No, but I saw people playing the Next Fest demo. And I thought the intro said it was like, fails to find in 40 days, then this provision shall lapse or whatever. Of course, the demo was limited to 3 days. Yeah, the demo had a 3-day limit. But the intro still said the, presumably the limit from the full game. I guess they got some feedback that wasn't good or something. Oop. Birds flying around. There are multiple bird fountains. Actually, I guess since I've got lots of time. Lots of steps, anyway. So we found them all at this one. They come back to this one? No. Okay, so that's Boxland. Nobody went to this one, but there's another one by the campsite. Oh, look at this, another door. I guess this is technically a different map, but... Nope, no birds here. This is just light falling on this in a weird way, right? Not like we scared birds away from that direction and... did something. I think those were the only bird baths we found, though. So that's the locked gate. Maybe there's others in like the locked garden and stuff. There's the closed mine. Back on the drive. I presume this is just for show. We can't go out there. It does have a white section, and I don't know if there's anything that would justify that lighting-wise. I mean, other than that they just used the same model. And that happens to be, like, on the opposite side of the lighting, because, like, lighting is hitting the inside edge. They also put it on the outside edge. I mean, I can't make anything out of that yet. Oh, what's this? This is suggesting something going on here. What are we piping? Maybe electrical for the like, I don't know if these are lightable lamps. Alright, well, okay, so that's it. We're... Alright, well, later runs will probably be faster as we get more used to things and we're not exploring the grounds. So maybe we can do it our day. Rustic Villa. Okay, so the camera position will block out the summary screen, but hopefully that's not too big a deal. Maintenance found, steps taken, rank reached, total rooms.